Hi, do you want to climb harder but feel like your finger strength might be holding you back? Maybe you need to think about hangboarding. I want to talk about that in this video. Let's do this. Hi, my name's Gordon, Fat Old Climber, and this channel plots my progress as a mediocre climber as I try and improve, lose weight and get better at climbing. In this video, I'm going to talk about an aspect of climbing that it took me a long while to get into, but now that I've been doing it for a while, I feel like it's making dramatic differences to my climbing, and that's hangboarding or fingerboarding. Hangboards for a long time I considered to be weird wooden torture devices created by some sadist who wanted to see me suffer. But in this year, since I've been losing weight, I've really been focusing on using them to see what I can do to improve my finger strength. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that this year I've been doing the Magnus Mitbo 9C test every month, and one of the things that tracks is your ability to hold on to a 20mm edge. And really, although that will improve with climbing, one of the best ways to improve it is using a hangboard. So in this video I want to talk about what a hangboard is, what kind of exercises you could do, what kind of exercises are best for strength, and talk you through my protocol for hangboarding and talk about how it translates into better climbing on the wall. So this is a hangboard. This is a Beastmaker 1000. All it is various depths of edges and jugs that you can do various exercises with various grips using body weight primarily. Broadly speaking, there are three main types of exercises to do on a hangboard: max hangs, repeaters, and density hangs. And they all work slightly different things. So let's first talk about max hangs. Their purpose is to build maximum finger strength. It's where you hang from an edge, usually a 20mm edge, for between 5 and 10 seconds, if necessary with added weight or with weight taken off. Intensity-wise, it's very high intensity, and typically you do up to 6 reps with a good between 2 and 4 minutes rest between each. Why would you do it? It trains pure strength and recruitment of fast twitch muscle fibres. It helps you hold on to smaller and smaller holds and generate more and more power. Best for climbing harder grades and short, intense cruxes. Really used by anyone who's wanting to improve their finger power. Next is repeaters. I think one of the more common ones that people know about. And repeaters are about improving endurance and strength endurance. Repeaters are short bursts of 7 seconds on, 3 seconds off, maybe 6 times. Then a rest and repeat the whole thing. The intensity is moderate to high. It's more about volume and less about effort. You do this to build your ability to hang on for longer. Maybe if you were climbing longer routes or sports climbing, and it gives you increased capacity in your forearms and fingers. So typically be done by sports climbers or climbers wanting to build up their bouldering endurance. Then you have density hangs. Density hangs tend to be about tendon adaptation or injury prevention or recovery. This is about hanging on slightly uncomfortable holds, but for a much longer time, 20 to 30 seconds, and typically at body weight. It's low or moderate intensity and isn't about max effort. Why would you do density hangs? It helps condition the tendons, the pulleys, the skin. Great for beginners easing themselves into hangboarding, but also used in rehab. Can be used as part of a warm-up or cool down, or climbers returning back from injury. Have you done hangboard training? Let me know in the comments which of these you prefer to do and what your experience of them is. So the stage I'm at in climbing, my primary focus is increasing strength. So I'm far more focused on max hangs. But also, I came across a couple of videos by Scottish climber Dave MacLeod, and he seems quite clear that fingerboard's primary use should be to build strength. Assuming you have access to regular climbing, the other things will look after themselves. I'll put a link to the video I first came across in the description. So for those reasons, the only workout I do is max hangs. So this is basically Dave MacLeod's protocol for hangboard training. Step 1, warm up. Now, I only ever do hangboarding after a climbing session, so I don't really take this step to warm up. But what I intend to be doing is doing more hangboard training at home, and in those cases I'll need to do the warm up. So the kind of steps you would want to do in the warm-up is, so maybe dead hangs from a jug for a while, and then some pull-ups if you can do them, or assisted pull-ups, just to get the blood flowing, and then steadily over 10-15 minutes, putting more weight on smaller and smaller holds to warm up your fingers, basically. And you really want to be activating your shoulders and your scapulas as you do this. Never skip warming up, either because you're doing hangboarding after a climbing session and you'll be warm, or if you're doing it just a hangboard session, warming up on the wall or on the hangboard. Step 2, max hangs. So how do they work? So Dave MacLeod goes into quite a lot of detail in this. What you're looking for is enough effort for a long time to tell your muscles that they need to pull harder and they need to get stronger. That message comes from really loading the muscles maximally. So the protocol is to find a load and an edge size that allows you to hold for between 7 and 10 seconds and to go to almost failure in that time. So if you've not done this before, my recommendation would be start on the 20mm hold and see where you are with body weight. If you can hold for between 5 and 10 seconds and you're almost at failure, that's the size. If you can't hold for that, then try a bigger hold or try a pulley system to take weight off. If it's too easy to hold for that length of time, then maybe try adding weight. And what you want to do when you start this protocol is find that point, that balance between edge size, weight, where you can hold for between 7 and 10 seconds and almost be at failure. Remember, this is about pure maximum effort. Your goal is to give it everything for those 7 to 10 seconds. Then recover fully before the next round. You want to add enough weight so that you can just hold on for up to 10 seconds or reduce the size of the edge. And then the rest would be a full 2 to 4 minutes between each rep. If you can complete all 6 hangs for the full 7 to 10 seconds, then next time add 1 or 2 kilograms. For me, I'm still about building strength. In January, I couldn't even hold on for 1 second on a 20mm edge. So I've really been pushing myself, and I'm now up to being able to hold for about the 7 seconds. And so that's what I'm doing. Body weight for the 7 seconds. I'm dabbling with adding weight because I'm trying to build up my 9C test. And what I expect to be doing over the next month is to be doing my max hangs with weight added. And then step 3 is cool down. End with some light hangs, maybe some assisted pull-ups, maybe some no hangs where you're on a larger edge with your feet still on the ground. Maybe a couple of slow, controlled, assisted pull-ups. And that's it. Simple, hard, but effective. So here's me actually doing my protocol. You can see I'm not quite holding on for 7 seconds, but and the bottom edge of the Beastmaker 1000 is the 20mm edge. You can see I can't quite get the 7 seconds, but I'm working at it. And over the last month, it's improved dramatically. And I'll do that 6 times. And then what I'll do is I'll try with a bit of weight added. I'm up to 10 kilograms for 5 seconds. And then I'll try a couple on the 15mm hold. And then that's me. What you want to be doing, ideally, is over your reps, you want to be using different grips. So you can use a chisel grip or a drag, a half crimp. I wouldn't be doing it on a full crimp, not max hangs. And then, or you might try a 3-finger drag. I will do that once I'm at the stage where I can really hold on for the 10 seconds. But right now, I'm just trying to get a kind of open hand, an open crimp, building up towards a half crimp. But eventually I'll work the different grips as I'm doing this. You want to be doing this 2 to 3 times a week. I think the ideal protocol is not to be doing it during climbing sessions, but I find it a lot easier to do at the end of a climbing session. Most of the places I go will have a Beastmaker 1000 and I can just jump on that after I'm fully warmed up. But never do it 2 days in a row. Your fingers and your tendons really need time to recover and adapt. So what difference has it made to me? Here I am in January, barely managing a couple of seconds on a 20mm hold. And here I am at my last 9C test, managing 5 seconds with 10 kilos added. So I built up from tail end of last year, not being able to hold even for a pause on a 20mm edge, to now I can hang for 5-6 seconds with a 10 kilo weight on, which is 110% of my body weight. So massive improvement. And I really plan to hunker down and be more focused on getting these gains over the next few months by adding weight regularly. So how does this translate onto the wall? Well, what I've noticed is I've gone from avoiding crimps to trying them, to being successful, to actually beginning to enjoy them. This route here at my local climbing centre, the prop store, you can see I haven't got a close up of the holds, but they're certainly crimpy, and I definitely wouldn't have been able to tackle this. It took me 2 or 3 attempts. But I wouldn't have been able to tackle this even a month ago. And then only a couple of days ago at Hang On Climbing, I tried for the first time these wooden holds. Now you can see, I don't even think they're 20mm edges. They might be 15mm, they are tiny, and it's slightly overhanging. I got on it just for a joke, but this happened.
Yay.
So massive improvement over a few months, and I'm looking for even more improvement. I'm looking to be able to climb smaller and smaller edges, or steeper and steeper, or be more in control. This is an area of my climbing that has really transformed over the last couple of months as I lose weight and build finger strength. So a few safety reminders. Remember, warm up fully. Never train through pain. If you get pain, ease back or don't do it. Add weight slowly, don't add it too quickly. And if you're new to climbing, don't even do it. Build up your finger strength through regular climbing. It's by far the best way to start. Give your tendons time. Muscles build quickly, tendons do not. The power of this routine is its simplicity. No timers, no fancy gear, just you, a small edge, and maximum effort. If you're serious about climbing and finger strength is holding you back, this is one of the most effective ways to fix it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this routine and if you plan to try it. If you found this breakdown helpful, then give it a like. And if you're not a subscriber, then consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or on the wall.